All right, welcome back to Crypto Front. This is the front line where we are fighting together side by side for financial freedom. I want to begin this video here by at least congratulating you for sticking around, right? I think we've done a fantastic job keeping our calm and understanding that, you know what, at the end of the day, everything was just gonna, including ICP, it really didn't make any sense that one of the best, or if not the best blockchain out there, the fastest, the one with like the greatest fundamentals would just not participate in this bull market. That was actually a very delusional stance, but we have been talking about that for some time right now. So right now we have made it, we broke above that resistance, and the question now is, all right, what's next now? I think we may continue having this rally, maybe towards something like $14-15 right there before we have some kind of a stop. At some point, obviously, the market has to correct, but the good thing is that we're correcting whilst we are above that resistance, right? Maybe that is another opportunity of turning that resistance right around maybe, let's say, $11.50 into a support. So that would look like something like this here, maybe a strong pullback into that zone, and then off and away we go here for the ICP price. That's really, really great. Of course, I mean, people don't want to hear pullbacks, but that's exactly what will keep this market healthy, and be rest assured that we will see better prices, even higher than the $21 that we were setting back then in March earlier this year, right? So what we were saying here on the 3 daily time frame was that the 50 mark here is the one that was hindering the price to keep dumping towards the downside. As you can see, for example, in this scenario, you were also saying that that was the RSI rejecting that. I think we're over that right at this point. It was clear when we broke above that 50 mark that, you know what, it was time to go, and we are seeing some great numbers in terms of the volume for ICP. Yeah, congratulations, man. I think this thing is just gonna do well. Can you believe it that you are owning ICP at $11 right now? Somebody is going to be buying ICP for the very first time at $100. That's how early you are to this whole thing. And I've heard some people say that ICP can go to $1,000. I actually agree with them, but I don't think maybe this bull cycle, maybe in the following bull runs and stuff like that, it can definitely do that. This is a competitive chain, and great things are just about to happen with it, right? Now you're probably wondering, what are my long-term price targets for this specific bull cycle? I've always been showing you this market cap of ICP, and it has formed a perfect inverse head and shoulders pattern. Let me just delete this so that you see clearly what we are doing. And this slanted one's actually the most bullish ones, because it's much more easier for the price to break above them like that. And you can see that you know, we only need something like what here we've been saying we need 100%, but I think right now that has decreased very much. We only need a 40% pump for the ICP price to go ahead and break this downward sloping resistance, and then from there, man, all here is going to be broken loose, in my humble opinion, because the only area that we have as resistance is right around, maybe we can say this is what, $14 billion. After you clear that, ICP is going to pretty much be in price discovery mode, because this is not resistance, but the price was just flashing towards the downside. So yeah, in terms of like price targets for this specific, you know, inverse head and shoulders pattern, we were targeting something like $112 billion, and that takes each ICP token to right around $220. I think this is my best case scenario for this bull cycle. Yeah, people are going to be taking profits way earlier than that, at $100, at $80, whatever the case may be. I really don't care. And I think you shouldn't also be listening to one person in terms of your price targets and stuff like that. Make a decision that favors you, because please understand that in as much as we are all ICP holders, right, we're competitors in this market. If one of us sells right before the others, we are actually likely going to be his, you know, exit liquidity and stuff like that. And the same applies to you. If you sell before everybody else, the other people remaining are going to be your exit liquidity. So this is what happens in this market. But really, I'm very much optimistic, because we are seeing the volume now is starting to build up very strongly, and this is what you usually expect when you're going to break a resistance level. So just a pump of 40%, and you know, likely it's going to be sunshine and rainbows. So I think, yeah, maybe why we should be looking forward to some kind of a correction to show up in the market, but it really is not going to be anything that is going to make me scared or something like that, because I know that fundamentally this chart here has actually changed, and it's changed for the good. So I want to thank you so much for listening to me the whole time. The last few months have really been rough with ICP here, but the main takeaway is that this whole chart fundamentally has changed, and it has actually turned very, very much bullish. We're also taking a look at the other, you know, bullish, you know, aspects of ICP. For example, as I always mention, that ICP back in October last year, 2023, is very much inferior to ICP right at this point. The ICP that we have today, fundamentally speaking, is 10 times better than what we were having right here. So you can almost expect also the rally to be even much bigger, right? I've also been showing you this Bitcoin pair and say that, you know, we have actually come to the bottom, and we have formed a nice falling wedge. We are looking like we are breaking out right as we are speaking. So take a look at this. This is really, really beautiful, right? So we are looking to outperform Bitcoin here in a ratio of 1:2.5, meaning that we can have a rally against Bitcoin, which can last up to, you know, 250%. And if that is going to be happening, remember, Bitcoin is also going to be going towards the upside, right? So ICP is going to be just going at an even much faster rate. Now, there is a very bullish case scenario that we can come out of there, because this whole thing looks like a Wyckoff accumulation pattern. But I think for now, I don't want to be, celebrating too early. I want to see what happens when we get to the top of this resistance, because if we happen to break that resistance, man, I think I'm going to be even much more bullish on the ICP price. So we will definitely talk about that. But for now, I want to kindly ask you to help me support this video just by delicately tapping the like button. It really helps the YouTube algorithm, and people looking for ICP Internet Computer price updates will now be able to find this video much more easily. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, because I do TA on ICP and a number of other different altcoins on a regular basis. I also want to invite you to this new user limited time event that our partners over there at BingX are offering for new users, right? You can claim up to $5,450, and on top of that, 300 ton tokens. Feel free to check the links in the description, and then I'll see you on the next one. Take really, really good care of yourselves. Bye-bye.